This is my Singer 253-201 double needle 4-thread chain stitch machine. I just wanted to make a little video about it before it goes to a new home because it's a pretty rare machine and it took a lot of work to get it up and running properly. First off, this machine was manufactured in 1951. We know that because we can look up the serial number, but we also know that because it carries the blue Singer Centennial badge. Singer started up in 1851, and so every machine that was manufactured in 1951 carries this blue Centennial 100th anniversary badge. The stitch that this machine does produces a beautiful double line of parallel stitching. Absolutely beautiful. It's the kind of thing that you find on the inseam of jeans and also the top stitching around the front welt pockets and any sort of double stitching that you see on jeans, heavier fabrics, tents, things like that. It uses 2 needles on top and 2 loopers on the bottom. It does not have a reverse stitch. The way that most people work with these machines is they have what's called a stitch pig, which is a scrap piece of fabric that you sew on and off of for each seam. That way you don't have to pull the threads out and cut them, and it's just a much cleaner, more efficient way of working. The machine threads very interestingly, and if anyone comes upon this machine and they need to know how to thread it, here's the way you do it. So we've gone through our thread stand, of course, going through here, down, up, down, through that first hole, around the tension disc like so, through the second hole. Okay, then we come to this thread guide here, then to this thread guide, that thread guide. Now here's the interesting part. It's got this little tensioner disc here, and I believe it's just to keep the threads untangled. So we bring it through one, up here, behind the disc, and then through the other guide there, and then down right through to the needle. The looper threading on this machine is really cool, not something you see often. The tensioners are at the back there, which is super cool, but very difficult to transport. You gotta be careful, and sometimes it's even worth it just to unscrew this whole plate that carries them. Anyways, come down through here, backward, forward, in through the eyelet, around the tension disc, in through the eyelet there, and if you see below, we've got a little thread guide that's going right there, which leads us to the tunnel. They call this the tunnel because the thread has to travel all the way across the bed of the machine to where the loopers are. And if we take this plate off with the little clip here, there we are. And so what you do is you bring the thread across, it kind of snaps in to the tunnel there, and then you just kind of draw it through here. Okay, and again, we have a divider here because there's 2 loopers. The further looper, further from me, you hook it in on this side. The other, you hook it in on the left side, bring it under this little clip here, as you can see. And then, let me bring back the loopers to show you. We've got the 2 loopers there, and it's kind of like a serger. You put it through the back there, through, and then through the eye of the looper. Okay, and that is how you thread the machine, and you put this cool little cover back on. So the trouble with this machine is that it came to me as a head only. Someone was giving it away, they had no clue what to do with it. I had to drive 2 hours away. It was free, thankfully, but we had the head only. So this table and stand were from a Juki that I could not save, and the thread stand is brand new. The presser foot lift pedal and chain are new, and that nice quiet servo motor there is brand new, and of course we got a brand new motor belt. Now the real trouble with this machine is that it was set up for only 1 needle, and that means that I was missing quite a lot of parts. So we had only 1 looper here, and it was actually not the correct looper. There are many different gauges, so distance between the needles, that you can set this machine up for. This machine had a 3/16 right looper in it, and only 1 of them. Now, the needle clamp and the needle plate and the foot were all for a 1/4 inch. So I decided obviously it would be easier to get this machine back as a 1/4 inch, and that's a pretty nice distance for heavy denim anyways. So somehow, some way, luckily, they still sell aftermarket loopers for this machine. So these two loopers are both brand new. I was missing one of the needle clamp screws, which you wouldn't think is that hard to find, but actually not very easy to find. The threading's a little unique. Luckily, I found this one here, and that's working very well. This little pre-tension guide was also missing, so I found a screw that fit, one of those little tension discs from the pre-tensioner, and a little spring that would fit, and that seems to be working as well. Now when it came to the tensioners, this is fully original back here. This, as you can see, is not. And this is the original tensioner, and it was lodged in there, and this part was broken off. Or sorry, the rest of this part was lodged in there, this was broken off, and so I took it to a machinist shop and they removed it safely for me. I wanted to save the threading, and I was able to find a tension post that's screwed in there nice and tight. And then this discs and eyelets are original, but I had to find a new spring and a new stud that would fit. So we've got that on there, working very well. One more thing, if you found this machine and you're looking to get it going, you need to use the right needles, okay? These are pretty odd needles, not kind of your standard industrial. So TVX7, that's one system name, or 149x7. They're both the same thing, just two different versions. And I was able to find some nice Groth-Beckerts 14s. And then of course, this is really the golden ticket, Organ 100 box of size 16. So that's going to be really nice for most denim needs, and luckily we've got a good supply of that. So for the new owner, they'll be set for a long time. And there are still some companies making kind of cheap, very cheap versions of this needle, but there's still a lot of stock. And I think Groth-Beckert still makes this needle, so it's out there, but you just got to order it online from somewhere random.